So some of y'all are gonna get butthurt, but this is about development, not strength. Y'all gotta understand that, and how good they are as a character. Who pushes them to be better, or if they push themselves to be better. I'm like incredibly nervous. But let's get this started, y'all. Okay, first off, start ranking the obvious choices before we get anything started. The ones that I know nobody's gonna contradict. First off, we already know this nigga's gonna be. Come on, y'all already know the obvious ones. Let's get the obvious ones out the way. 4 obvious ones. 2 were the Mugen and Spike S tier, Kirito and Baruto D tier. Are we gonna do it in this order? Yeah, let's do it in this order. Actually, no, we're not gonna do it in this order. Let's who do y'all want to start with? Let's start with Asta then, because I've seen a lot of Asta heads. Asta's gonna start off in B. See, earlier I had him in A. But with a lot of mental processing with Asta, I finalized my thinking in saying that he's B, high B, because y'all know the main ability of Black Clover is magic, right? He doesn't have magic. He has anti-magic, the reverse of it. Right? Like y'all know that he can reflect or absorb magic. Y'all know this. And he doesn't have any type of magic. It's in his weapon. So I thought that was pretty unique, and that's why I originally had him in A. But with further thinking, we have, where is he at? Kamijo, who basically is the same person. He doesn't have any type of Esper ability. He just has this thing in his right hand that he can use to absorb any type of magic or Esper ability. And every time it works, it sounds like a freaking cum shot. But yet again, Kamijo, in my opinion, is corny. You can argue that he yells pretty loud and he's pretty annoying, but that's not the case. His personality, and he also helps his whole crew. He helps the Black Bulls a whole lot. He helps them develop, and they help him develop. And now, since we already have Kamijo in the discussion, I have Kamijo at C. See, you know what I hate about the main character of certain animes? You know how some characters are trying to get some development, like this is their fight, and then just out of nowhere, when you think they're gonna come back, this freaking prick just comes out of nowhere and says, haha, come to the rescue. My show, stupid. So yeah, I freaking hate that. But I'm not gonna say that Kamijo is that bad of a character. In Railgun, he was a pretty good character. He's a good side character. I can say that right now. Another character that does that. Natsu. I've seen a lot of tier lists put Natsu at D tier. I'm like, no, he's not that bad. Natsu, he was gonna be in B tier. But for the same reasons as Kamijo, which made me think okay, if I'm gonna put Toma in C tier, I might as well have Natsu in C tier as well. I think Lucy would be a better main character. Maybe she would be B tier, a little bit better as a main character, because I feel like it was supposed to be revolved around Lucy, but then Natsu just takes the spotlight away from her. But that's just my take on it. Let's get another S tier up here. Okabe. Okabe? Oh my. Haikyuu! Damn, it's been a few months since I watched Steins Gate. The way he finds out his ability is pretty good. These two didn't have a main purpose until later on, and they didn't really have a purpose until the end of the show. And him, it's until in the middle of the show, which he finds why he has this ability. And the way they show the show in his perspective is freaking mind-boggling. Simon, yeah, S tier. See, I had him at A tier for a good minute, but S tier, I think, made more sense later on. You know what? While he's up there, let me put the man of the hour up there. It was obvious that Simon was going to be the main character, but we see Kamina as the main character. But see, Kamina passed the torch to Simon, which I think was a great idea, in my opinion. I think they did a great job on how they developed Simon and how he became the main character and how he became the top dog. To connect this with Goku. Goku, see, he's kind of your average protagonist. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of your happy-go-lucky guy, what does this button do type of guy. I think it would have been great if he passed the torch to Gohan. I've been saying that for a while. I think after the Cell Games arc, Gohan should have been the main character. But that obviously didn't happen. And he's still the same generic, what does this power do? What do I do with my hands? What am I doing? Oh, I'm killing Jiren, so I'm fine with that. He could even be C tier, but the only thing that's carrying him low-key is his name. This one was a hard one. For right now, I'm gonna put him here for right now, because he did have, like, the way he came into the group and the way he switched sides, like that quickly, like without a thought, after he saw whatever the royalty Imperial Castle did to his friends, like that he was gonna do the mission with. It made him such a badass character, honestly. And his development afterwards, the way he developed with damn. Oh my god. I forgot the freaking. Oh my god, kill me now. Night Raid. Okay. Get it. It came out to my head. The way he developed with Night Raid, and the way that he developed with everybody in the cast, even his enemies. I honestly think that's you know what? Yeah, you know what? F it. Tatsumi's an A tier. Why isn't Yusuke an S already? Do I even have to explain why Yusuke is the best? I don't have to explain, right? Yu Yu Hakusho is my favorite show, by the way. So this is an all-out bias move. But he is my favorite character because I think he's the greatest protagonist in an anime. He was someone who was like in a drunken home. He felt like nobody cared about him, and he died. He was like, you know what? I'm just gonna accept this because no one gave a damn about me anyway. When he found out that like he wasn't supposed to be like, he wasn't supposed to die, it was like, yeah, okay, I'll stay dead. And then at his funeral, and when the people that he didn't think cared about him, he saw that he cared about him. They cared about him. They were like, okay, I think I gotta rethink this a little bit. And then the Dark Tournament arc, Mans goes berserk. I don't even have to freaking. Yusuke is the best anime protagonist in my opinion. We got Rock. See, since I had Tatsumi and B2 originally, I don't know if he's over Rock or if he's under Rock. Patrick. Haha, I'm funny. But yeah, Rock is definitely A tier. Ayato Amagiri from Asterisk Score. No, a little lower in C. Asterisk Score was a pretty good tournament arc show. I will say that Ayato was kind of bland though. He's the only character I think on the list that actually needs to be carried by the rest of the crew in order to be a good character. Senku. I originally had him in S tier, but now after further thinking, I think he might be an A tier. And actually, since he's up there, let me bring up another character that could relate to this. Like Tama. Both those characters are overpowered in two different ways. One of them is because of a joke, and the other one is just because how the character's supposed to be. Senku is probably the smartest man in anime history, and Saitama is probably the strongest man in anime history. I think them being overpowered in those different categories make them not bland, but like not have like the perfect, not be a perfect character, but still a very good character nonetheless. Yato, this is a super biased move, but I'm putting Yato in S tier. Alright, yeah. Alright, let's be real. I had Yato in S tier for the longest, but to not let people dislike the freaking stream, I'm gonna be unbiased and say that he's A tier. He's a goofy. Y'all know that Yato's a goofy, but when he needs to get the job done, he gets the job done. Meliodas, see, I've been very hesitant on watching this next season. It's already a meme. But I heard the backstory wasn't even that bad, so I'm not gonna full on crap on Meliodas. Ryuko Matoi. Ryuko S tier. You know what? Nah. See, Ryuko is one of my favorite main characters, but now after thinking a little bit more, I think she's kind of A tier. The dude simp. Nagisa, B tier. You know what? Let me bring her up too. Emma. They both try to look at a certain character or situation in their own perspective, and the way that they portrayed it was pretty good. He tried to look at Koro Sensei in his perspective, and he is basically like the audience. But yeah, as Moral just said, there are many characters that could have taken his spot. Emma, though, is looking at the situation that she's in her own perspective. We know that for someone who's a main character, she doesn't really get that much screen time because she's finding out all this stuff at the same time as us. Norman and Ray took the spotlight from her so they can set her up for the second season, which is gonna be lit. And this might give her a case to either be A+ or maybe even S tier. Well, we have one sports anime not being ranked, so let's get the other one in there. Hinata? See, Hinata's kind of bland. Hinata's like your average Shonen Jump Big 3 protagonist, but in a sport. He's kind of like, yeah, I want to play volleyball. And he does develop well with the group, but I will say that the group develops more than him. Yeah, I think y'all already know that Edward is kind of an S tier. Tanjiro. He's kind of generic. Demon Slayer has amazing animation. The backstory's kind of good too. I will say that. But Tanjiro as a character is kind of generic. They're on that positive correlation a chart. They're always gonna go up. They're always gonna get better and better and better and better and better. So I'll definitely say that he is a B tier protagonist. I don't really want to watch Death Note, but I know how Light is as a character. I know how Light is. Light is up there in A tier. I know this already. I know. So don't worry. Don't get mad because he has a good place. Deku! I know he's gonna be B tier later on, but right now, we all know that Deku is kind of generic too. Deku is not a bad character at all. I think he's great. I just think he got given everything too freaking early. He's kind of in that slope where he's already overpowered. He just doesn't know how to control it. Ichigo, okay. Ichigo is definitely A. He's definitely, out of the big four, the best protagonist. See, I don't know if I should put him in not ranking as well, but I know he's kind of like this later on as well. I see, but it's taken him so long to find this freaking One Piece thing, like 960 whatever episodes, man. We're almost at 1,000. And if I'm correct, we're halfway there. It's still halfway. I know y'all might be mad at me, but I gotta explain this really well for y'all to actually understand why I put him in A tier. I personally believe when it comes to character development, I think the way they did it with Naruto is one of the best. And this is because he doesn't only just become stronger, he also matures mentally. Yeah, Goku's just stupid. Luffy is not dumb. He just has those experiences, but doesn't really full out mature. We grew with him. We actually grew with him. That's another reason we grew with him. So I think Naruto got to get a little bit more credit, especially with how badly his son is getting it. I think he has to get more credit as well. Yugi, I will definitely say that Yugi's really good. He's not over like he's not over the top. But yeah, Yugi's really good. I haven't watched Yu-Gi-Oh in so long. Yeah, Yugi is definitely up there when it comes to protagonists. And you know what? Since he's there, let's put Ash in here too. He gets development in the first show. But is he still he's still 10 years old, right? All this happened in 1 year? Get the hell out of here. We've been watching him for 20 years and this all happened in 1 year. I can't stand by that. Gintama S tier. See, as y'all can see, I am a dub watcher, but I know how Gintoki is. Now for me. Let's actually get... Yeah, let's get Kazuma in here too. Now for me at the top of B. And Kazuma is an A. See, I tried to vouch for Now for me a little bit. But, in the first episode and the last few episodes, he's kind of bland and generic and happy-go-lucky. But the times where he was edgy as hell, he was kind of freaking sick. I will say that mine carried him to be this type of character. But then after watching Konosuba, I was like, okay, yeah. Now for me is a bootleg, not funny Kazuma. He probably is the best isekai protagonist. But I will say though, when it comes to his humor, I will say it's kind of repetitive, but I can't shit on it because it's still hilarious. Someone said do Sadao. It's hard. I'm putting him in B. Sadao was good. Sadao was really cool. Oh, you know what? Now that you mention it, I mean Maki. I think they're kind of in the same boat. Shenra and Sadao are kind of like they're freaking real. They're hella cool. They got that cool backstory, but Sadao focuses too much on being at work, even though that's the point. And Shinra is kind of like, yeah, I'm that I'm kick your ass man. I'm freaking I'm cooking man. I'm a man. So yeah, I couldn't deal with that. But I will say though, him as a protagonist, he's really cool as a protagonist. He could be A tier if he didn't do all that stupid annoying stuff. But that doesn't mean he's bad. Doesn't mean he's bad at all. Next up is Kaneki. Right here. There's Kaneki and there's Eren. See, Eren and Ken are in very weird situations. Eren is one of those protagonists who are kind of trash as a main character, but like their development is hella freaking good. They help develop the cast more than they develop themselves. But I heard the manga's getting really good, and season 4, I know is gonna be Eren's year when it comes to it. Mikado is definitely high B. See, his personality's kind of bland, but that's how it's supposed to be. The way that he revealed himself to be the actual leader of the dollars, I think that the way that they portrayed it is really well. It's kind of like wow, he's actually the next person too. That's crazy. See, I think Lelouch is S tier. Lelouch, in my opinion, relates to two characters separately. One is Tatsumi, and 2 is Mikado. When it comes to Tatsumi, he's in this predicament where if Suzaku was the protagonist, then the show would be just as hype. People view him as this bad guy, and people view him as this bad guy, and people view Naofumi as this bad dude as well. But society made him like that, made them like that. Society made them like that to be who they are. It's not really Yusuke because he is kind of like a hero in the end, obviously, and same with Naofumi. But Lelouch stays that type of villain. Who's next? Gon? Gon is in the same boat as every other Shonen Jump protagonist. Oh snap, Mob is next. He is, okay. Mob is not S tier. Mob is not S tier, but he's definitely high A. I really don't even think there's much to say about Mob, to be honest. I think that's just how it is. He develops well with the cast, and Mob's just that dude. Angel Beats, Odanashi. Odanashi is kind of C tier. Odanashi's kind of hella bland, man. These two are kind of in the same boat because their backstory is way more interesting than their character in the actual show. Atsushi Nakajima. He doesn't really seem that like as important as the other characters, like Dazai and Ryunosuke. But yeah. And he's not really full on generic. He just doesn't really get a lot of shine until like the end of the show. But he still has his really good moments, which is why he's B tier. If you guys were wondering where Pikachu is, she's right here. Kind of oversight. No, okay, they're in the same boat. If I'm being 100% honest with you, if someone told me that Railgun was the main show and Index was just a sideshow, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, Musica A tier I think is a really good placement. Megalobox Joe. I watched Megalobox. I'm gonna be honest with you. In the start of the show, I almost dropped it. I was thinking that Megalobox was gonna be like, I'm gonna be on this journey and like I'm not gonna really find my. Well, I have a purpose, but I'm not gonna really like get onto it for the end. I'm just gonna do some stuff on the side, and then we'll just see how that goes from there. But the way that Joe's portrayed is kind of like Deku. He's like Deku, but with a cooler personality. Y'all might black on me for this, but the way that they portray him is just a way better Deku, a more badass Deku. And I honestly think that I feel like that they portrayed him like this, then it would be, you know, it would be a little bit better. But at the same time, would it really be though? Maybe he's in the spot because I had high expectations for it to be at the same level as Shampoo and Bebop because he has an afro. But I could be wrong. I might rewatch the show to see if I'm wrong. Aladdin. Aladdin's pretty cool. I wouldn't say he's full-on generic, but he is below the non-generic guys. Mori. I know you guys are gonna black on me because around the time this is filmed, I'm only on episode 11. Yeah, they honestly hardly explain anything in Modern High School. Satoru. I think he's right here. I think Satoru is a great character. I think he's kind of related to Okabe. So Satoru's that dude, man. He's also one of those guys that like society made him a freaking villain as well. Because we obviously know that he's not really a villain, but society almost made him look like a bad dude because of the incident that happened in the first episode. So, you know, see, the reason why y'all wanted Soul by himself is to see a high-ranking for Soul leader, and I don't blame y'all. The Maka and Soul stuff, we had a poll in an earlier stream to see who should be on the list, either Maka or Soul or both of them together. Everybody said Soul, so I was like, okay, Soul's gonna be there by himself. He definitely develops with the cast way better than Maka does. And even most of the series was more focused on him, even though Maka was listed as the main character. Accelerator. Accelerator's S tier. He doesn't give a damn about nothing. That's what I freaking love about characters. If you're a main character and you don't give a damn about nothing, you are okay. You know what? I'm gonna put him in here for now. But yeah, you guys get what I'm saying? He just doesn't give a damn about it. He don't give a shit. But if you need him, he's gonna be there. Toradora. In this case, I wasn't gonna make some freaking vote for Taiga and Ryuji. They actually needed to be together. It's not like Ed and Al. They don't really need each other. They help each other develop, and they don't really need each other. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Ed and Al and Hinata and Kageyama are in the same predicament. And it's not like Soul and Maka, because Maka needs Soul. Soul doesn't really need to be a better character. Ryuji and Taiga kind of carry each other to be better characters, and since it's a romance anime, it makes a lot of sense, you know? They both try to help each other to do what they gotta do. They both help each other with their purposes. And then later on, they find out that that's not what they really needed. They need each other? Ooh, Toradora in 2 seconds. Shiro's definitely A tier. There's a lot of A tier, so I gotta bring some people to B tier. Shiro. Shiro is kind of like one of those mastermind characters that aren't like fully overpowered, but know how to handle situations really well. He's kind of like if Norman was the protagonist of Promised Neverland. He knows how to settle things. You guys get what I mean? I think that's one of the only ways I could put it. Let's go to Yui. Yui's kind of in the same boat as Aladdin, but like in a regular high school anime. Yui's not full-on generic. She's hella cute, though. And hey, they seniors, and like I'm still 17 and she's still 17, so don't freaking cancel me and say FBI open up. I'm not crushing on her. She's like 18 at the end of the manga. See, James looking out for me. Mio's better anyway, so suck it. You Narukami from Persona 4. I know you as a game protagonist, but there was an anime of Persona 4, and everybody else before all of this happened said that you should be on the list. Why not? So I'm gonna put him in A, cause he's one of those guys that has those bland personalities, but make it work. Chie, best Persona wife, would come at me, stupid. And Phoenix Wright, see, Phoenix Wright anime is mad. Phoenix Wright is a character. Y'all already know I'm one of the biggest Phoenix Wright fans out there. In the game, S2. In the show, though, he's kind of Deku generic. Sorry. Alright, now since we're done, let's kind of reorganize this. I think I've explained pretty well. I'm happy with this list. Really happy with this list. Made some changes beforehand, but I'm actually really proud of myself for actually having this list up there. And you know what? I don't care. They I don't care, man. I don't care. We could just put we could just put Goku in C tier. It's just facts now. I can't. But yeah. Thank you guys for coming through, man. Yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. I really hope y'all like it. Shout out to everybody that came to this stream to actually watch this live. And from now on, we gotta do weekly anime content, man. We have to. You have to, man. Make sure to go to the Discord that's in the description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. You don't have to, but if you want to, just go ahead, man. If it's red, it doesn't look right. You guys get what I mean? And then if you haven't liked it, go ahead and like it. And if you don't like that Goku is C tier, then dislike the video. But I'm gonna fall back now, chill out, and I'll see y'all next time. Deuces. I'm screenshotting this. Man said they got cat body pillows. Oh no. Yo, you did him so dirty. Well, hey.